Hello, everyone. This is Wookie Fox. Today is your last day to do quarter blades. So this is on hard. Hard is really not that hard. But today is definitely last day. Tomorrow will be the update and these will go away. So if you haven't done it, make sure you do them. Please do a couple of them. That way you get a chance for your shinies, for your adepts. This is what I'm going to use. No Survivors. I'm going to use the Tinashe's Mastery, the Thunderlord. Now, I personally like the one that when you jump, you can reload a lot faster. I like that one better with the chill clip on this Tinashe's. So if you haven't done this, I'll kind of like walk you through it. I know a lot of people get scared because anything that they see on there that's hard is going to be too difficult for them, but this is not hard. So what you do is just clear out the first wave. This is the easiest part. Stand on a little circle. Now each one of these are going to be different. They're not all the same. But you know you can do damage to him. Nothing special. Just damage him out. Now I use the barrier for more damage. I have that little thunder, so it's actually doing thunder damage to him on top of my machine gun. You can see it's draining him down. Put it in work. That's all there was to that one. There's two waves of bosses in each round. That was one. Here's the second one. This one's easy. Nothing special, just damage him out. You don't have to jump through hoops. Come back to my, well, he's dead, so now as we're done with that, you come through here, grab your ammo. Now for your bounties and stuff, you can come over here and grab these, and I don't really need it. You can actually use this center column, make it a little bit more challenging. You can see it's ×5. You stand in a little circle, wait for your teammates. Okay, door opens. Put my little barrier down here. Hopefully it's just a straight out damage. Doesn't look like it, so what you gotta do is you gotta come up here, just kill the blights. There's 3 of them. That's one. Be like a pyramid. One on the right, one on the left, one in the center. Alright, there's 2. Going for the third one. And there, that should be done with that. Okay, now here's the boss. Hopefully it's just a really easy one. Okay, you just do damage to him. That's it. Nothing special. See the lightning striking down on him. Alright, so finished that. That was the two bosses. The blight was the one boss, and shooting the other boss straight out was the second. All we got to do is just wait for our teammates. I always had that really slow one. Alright, this one's straight out damage again. You can see we're melting the boss using that Thunderlord. Alright, one boss down. Now keep in mind, this is on hard. See, it's not that hard. You just kill these little guys. See, they're all yellow barred. That's all you're doing on these. Alright, so that was like the second wave of boss. First was the boss, and then the other ones were like a whole bunch of yellow bars. Now you just come back to the center, wait for your teammates to be done with their things. Okay, this one, all you have to do is kill those little dragons. As soon as you kill those dragons, you can see a little line server on them. Take the dragons out, and then get a shield to come down. Alright, now all the dragons are down. Now we can do DPS on this guy. See, putting in work. Look at his life go down. Pretty much all I've used was the Thunderlord. I mean, that's you got enough bullets in this. Alright, that was the first boss there. Here comes the second wave of boss. Now on this, you can see a little indicator in the very back here. Take this guy out. When you stand in that little circle thing, it's kind of like making an explosion. And this little ball right here, it's kind of like your savior. It's so that you don't get nuked. So it's kind of like nuking everything. It's nuking his shield. You can kind of see why I brought the Tinashas, just to take out those guys that were a little meaty. Save my my heavy for the boss. You can see that freaking Thunder Smack there is fantastic. I'm wearing the chest armor to make more damage to that. It's an exotic, and it's for the Thunder Crash. It says Thunder Crash does more damage when you're wearing this chest piece. Now, I don't need to go up there and do it. Those are just for like little bounties that if you haven't done. I'm just more worried about getting the weapons. As soon as I can finish this, the faster I get the weapons. I don't really need to do all that and waste time on them. Especially being the last day, you shouldn't worry about that either. Just do the bosses. As soon as you finish the, the 12 or 13 bosses, if you beat them all, you get better rewards at the end if you can get them all. And the faster you can do this, the more weapons you get. And then this, as you can see, it's just the little blights here. The little pyramid again. You go to 3 different areas. This is going to be considered like boss phase. Is just killing these 3 and you'll be done with that wave. You can see my teammates had no idea what to do, and if you were in that situation, that's all you have to do is just kill the blights. They didn't know what to do. Okay, you can see that they have a shield on them. See the little arrow on the indicator on the right side? That arrow tells you that you got to stand on that little circle. And by standing on the circle, it takes a shield down. All right, that's all there was to that. Now you go back into your little portal. That was the second boss. Grab your heavy. As you can see, I haven't ran out of heavy. Brought my Tenacious. I haven't even really used my submachine gun. All I'm doing is switching between my Tenacious and my Thunderlord. That's it. Alright, this one's easy. Just DPS. Putting it in work with that Thunderlord. Look at that. Look at this. Just draining his life. Alright. First boss down. Alright, second boss. You can see defeated 11 already. Just straight out damage. 11 when it's just straight out damage. Thunderlord just collapsed. Alright, second one down. You can see it says challenger defeated right in the center. 12. So I believe there's 13. Okay, same thing. You see that with the dragons? Just take out the dragons that are orbiting around them. As soon as you take them out, you can do damage to the boss. Take out this little blight. Alright, now that those obstacles are out of the way, we can do damage again. Little Vandos like to be right in the middle of my gun. I didn't want to reload my Thunderlord, so just used the Tenacious to finish him off since he was very low health. And there's a 13 right there, and it should finish out now. As it warps you out, it'll give you the chest, and now you just hope for the weapon that you're trying to get, and a shiny, and I'll show you how much damage that I did. Alright, look at that, 16 million, that's more than both my teammates. 16.5. Wow.